Yes, people, welcome back to the Graft podcast. We're back in Maystone's hottest new nightclub, Moo Moo's. Today
It's not new, it's been around for fucking 20 years.
Been here for 15 years, bro.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Graft podcast. We are back in Kent's hottest nightclub, Moo Moo's, and we are joined with Merck's good friend, Faris. Faris, do you want to introduce yourself, brother?
Yes, people. How you doing? First of all, I love the place. It looks wicked.
Nice, man.
Thanks for bringing me on. It's nice to meet you guys and be reunited. My name is Faris. I'm a content creator from London, and I've had quite an interesting journey since back in the Virgin Active days where I met Merck stacking towels. And then since then, I've just still figuring it out, but it's gradually made progress, this self-employed freelance hustling grind that I've been pursuing.
Good, man. Nice to have you on. As you know, I'm sure Merck's gave you the rundown of how we come about doing this podcast. We are along the way of our journeys at the same time, and we're grafting to get where we want to be in life. And we want to get inspiring people in all different kind of sectors and all different fields, and talk to them about their journey, how they become a better person themselves, how they become a better man. And we had obviously a meeting regarding guests every week. We jump on a Zoom call and you come to mind. And Merck said, look, I've got this guy called Faris. He's a cool guy. Got a great journey, got a great story. So yeah, man, we thought we'd have you on and let's dissect that a little bit.
No, honestly, it means a lot, and I'm grateful to be here because I've always said I want to do more pods, and I've been seeing you guys growing on TikTok. I've been seeing the teasers, the guests, and the setup you have as well. For me, visual is really important. You know, podcasts used to be just audio. Now I feel like it's a must to film it as well because the video makes all the difference. So I'm glad to be here.
Oh no worries, man.
Have you, bro. I'll tell you what, on that point, boys, salute.
Salute, boys.
Yes.
We're celebrating.
Yeah.
First pod, first bit of booze.
Yeah, good to have you.
Cheers,
Yes,
boys.
boys.
Cheers on Aussie's
Bluetooth one, yeah.
My man. Yeah, we thought we'd have some beers on the pod today. Me and Mason turn 28 tomorrow. It's our birthday tomorrow.
Hey.
We've never had a drink on the pod before, so we thought we'd have an early celebration. We've also been kind of teetotal for the whole of 2023 so far. Nice. So we thought we'd celebrate with a nice beer. And
Beer/wine, yeah.
Beer/wine. Yeah. Even though we're trying to teach men to be men, we've got Mr. Feminine.
Listen, no.
I fuck with wine. I like wine.
Yeah.
Keeps the abs, this, don't it?
It does. It's strip shed. It does
I'll
strip
be
you
going
up.
for a piss if I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the one.
So Faris, do you want to Merck, why don't you give us a bit of background how you know Faris?
Yeah, so, how me and Faris met. We met through a mutual friend called Adam Deacon. So shout out to Adam. Great guy, funny guy. We can both admit he's
Hilarious.
a top guy. I think we first initially met. You were actually folding towels in Virgin Active in the gym. Like, this is how crazy this is.
Oh, was that actually how we met?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were folding towels. Adam was talking to you, and I came over and we just started conversating. And that was our initial, that wasn't when we bonded our friendship, but that was
That's how we met?
was our first interaction.
Oh my God.
So from then, I don't know what it is. We just, obviously, me and my mate Adam were at uni at the time. We were going out. And then we just said, why don't we invite Faris on a night out? And then it just snowballed from there. So we started going out together. Then we started getting food together. Just that kind of random thing.
And literally in Twickenham, I didn't even have many friends in that area because nothing really goes on in Twickenham. So they came to study there at university. Next thing I know, they got a student house. I'm round there. It's 10-minute walk, playing FIFA, chilling, watching football, cooking. And I'm like, yeah, these are my mates now.
So you, the way you described it, you was like that little brother your mum says take out. Or, take your little brother with you. You was that guy then, yeah? Oh, fair enough. That's a cool story. So you actually folding towels. How did was in uni while I was doing it, yeah?
Mate, it's actually the last time I've had a normal job, whatever you want to call it. So I graduated uni and that's 6 years ago now, mate.
Yeah, about 6 years
And
time ago, man.
What's the role? It was called member care, wasn't it?
Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
member care. It's basically where if the members need anything, you just make sure the gym is tidy, make sure the styles are taxed and things are restocked. And I hated it, man.
I've worked at Virgin Active as well, mate.
Yeah?
For about 2 months before they let me go. I'm not going to lie.
In
It
and
was
out.
shocking doing memberships, but they were like, yeah, you got to go, mate.
You gotta do sales targets
You've
and
done nothing. I think all I did was just perv on the women. But they're like,
Still do that now.
It's hard not to, man.
Good quality birds at these the high paying gyms.
100%, bro.
You get all the Range Rover mums and that, didn't you?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I
was
hear
looking
that.
for a sugar mama. It didn't happen.
Didn't happen, no. So you was there for how long? Did you say? Sorry.
So it was 6 years ago when I left.
Okay.
I was there for about a year or two.
About a year or two, yeah, give or take.
And this was just a bit of pocket money on the side while you was at uni.
It was literally, now I graduated at this point.
Okay.
So literally I graduated uni, I went Portsmouth, studied TV and film, moved back to London, and realised that, wow, this is hard, like doing this freelance thing, trying to work in media, trying to get into entertainment.
Yep.
So I was like, right, on my doorstep, at that time, hourly rate was like, yeah, I'll take that. And literally just 5 minutes from my house. And I was there for a year, stacking towels, just being member care at Virgin Active. And it's only looking back now that I realise how much I was not happy.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm just a young person, just getting to my mid-20s at this stage. And I was literally like, right, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Because I've just got a degree and this is not what I should be doing for someone who has a degree. And every member that came in would always like almost give me a bit of pep talk or advice because they just liked me. We just got on. And looking back now, when I run into some members who I met then, they say such nice things like around Surrey and stuff. They're like, mate, do you not remember what you were saying? I was like, nah. They're like, you literally were saying you want to go traveling, you want to be self-employed, you want to create content. And that's literally what you're doing now. And I didn't realize that full circle moment until it reflected from other people.
You manifest it into existence.
Yeah, but I got
subconsciously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's literally what happened. But like in my head, it's not a full circle moment because I'm still trying to figure out the next step. But I literally said this to Merck earlier. He was like, bro, you was literally stacking tails. And then literally I made a decision, next paycheck, leave. And I remember waiting just to get that $2,000 in my account to literally then book a flight to LA. And all the members were like, mate, if that's in your heart, just go do it. Do you know what you're doing? And I was like, no. They're like, do you know where you're staying? I was like, yeah. They were like, right, just go. And if you don't get any opportunities, at least you've had the experience.
Wow.
It's quite rare though to know what you want to do from a young age. Like I've done a lot of jobs, like a lot.
Yeah.
So obviously you said you wanted to go into content creation. Like how did that kind of come about?
So as soon as I left Virgin Active, I made a decision that this was going to be my last normal job. And no matter how quickly I burnt through that couple grand, I would have to find that by doing what I love, not by going back to another job that I hate.
Yeah.
And I went to LA for 3 months because that's as long as you can stay on your ESTA visa. I stayed with my mate Fabian, literally like crashed on his sofa. Like he was like a nightlife promoter in Hollywood. So like he took me out to all the nightclubs and to like the mansion after parties. And I just wanted to live that life that I've really wanted to do. And most of it was a party, I'll be honest. And then I came back. But coming back was so scary because I was thinking, am I going to prove my parents right that I'm still chasing my tail when I'm just partying, even though I'm getting to mid-age now and I'm like, what did I achieve from that? But the difference was the mindset change. Like I was willing to go and take a risk and a leap of faith, even if there was no guarantee at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's got me self-employed to call it my job now. Because after that, I would then go to festivals. I'd go to raves, like even if I didn't have a ticket, like I'd literally blag myself into the press area and just try and get backstage and just network with record labels and production companies and just meet artists and literally just say, hi, should I work for you? And then eventually a production company in London called Looty Media gave me like an internship. And I remember Stefano saying like, what do you want to do? He brought me to the office. And then I started being a runner on set for music videos. And then I started staying behind on music videos and just started networking with like big artists they did. They did like Jessie J, they did like One Direction, they did Kanye West. And I remember staying behind just to talk to like Robin Thicke and makeup artists and like Rita Ora and this and that. And then literally then got invited to do more stuff. And then eventually, long story short, the last few years have just transitioned from me just blagging myself into places and faking it to then literally people going, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to create content. And they're like, right, come do a behind the scenes video for us. What do you want to do?
Nice.
I want to do interviews. And I started interviewing artists.
Wow.
Sick, yeah.
So it's not an overnight success. You put Graft.
Oh no, mate. Like my friends, like especially Merck, people who I've known since before, are the only ones who will probably really know that. Because now people will go on my Instagram and be like, oh mate, you're living the life. You're just chilling in Ibiza.
They've not seen what it was.
But honestly, like literally to the point where I never even told people. I actually lied to my mum a few times when she would be like, oh, I'm so glad it's all working out for you now. Because I was getting worried about what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, no, it's all good now. I'm actually getting paid today, but I wasn't. I was still only getting my expenses paid. Yeah, but like people be like, and it's so hard to get paid, bro, when literally someone was like, yo, we got an artist coming and it'll be like a random rapper, I don't know, Dappy or someone that I know is famous, or Big Nasty's there, or someone, Josh Denzel, someone from Love Island, and I'll be like, right, if I get an interview, that's a piece of content that I can
of course.
add to my portfolio. So my mum will be like, oh, you getting paid for that? I'll be like, yeah. But really they're like, I'll be lucky if they cover my train ticket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then imagine doing that over and over again.
At that point, isn't it? So you just do that more for the content,
literally
build it up, and then obviously then you can start charging people. I'm guessing which is what you've done.
Literally exactly. The transition for me was my mate being like, bro, you've covered Wireless Festival for free. You've done SW4 for free. You've done Elrow for free, you need to start charging, mate. Like you got bills to pay. You can't just be the guy who's doing these cool things for free.
This is why everyone contacts you for guest lists. I've seen it on your stories.
Bro.
Stop contacting me for guest lists.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Literally, and I used to let myself get mugged off all day. I still do sometimes, but especially birds.
Did you say
Did it
someone
work?
already like messaged you earlier as well, asking Barbie for this year?
Yeah, literally, someone messaged me 2 days ago, and we're in March, mate.
We've got a few months, man. Like, chill.
It's concerning every year. It's getting earlier and earlier. It's going to be like January next
Doing
time.
pre-orders for the guest list.
But the funny thing is, I screenshot it and now send it to the owners of Ocean Beach. I send it to Gemma. I send it to Tony. I send it to Wayne. And they're like, we need to just give. They make a joke. They're like, we need to just give you your own guest list.
But it'd be full to the rim, man.
But they wouldn't make any money off it. They'll just be like, we're just letting in Faris's mates who aren't even his mates.
What's your name?
Yeah.
I don't even know this guy.
And some of them have no shame, mate. Like some birds will literally air my 2022 message. And I'll see it and they'll go, hey babe, me and the girls are coming out. Can you get us a table at Ocean?
Cheek of it, bro. You know what these girls are doing? These guys are smart. They're like, oh, I've got this guy in my DMs.
Yeah.
I know he works there.
Yeah.
I think he's messaged me a few times. I'll just see what I can do.
And all the girls in the group chat are going, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Get it.
Yeah.
But you got to think like the transition from how you are now with females to compared to like how when I first met you with females has been like it is biblical, mate. Just like,
I think we need more context on
like
that.
the Faris that I knew and met when like we were a bit younger, and the way like all of us were with women because we didn't really know. What
No,
we
you
were
and
doing.
Deke are all right, bro.
We were a little,
Come
yeah,
on.
but we're only like maybe like a couple of steps ahead. Do you know what I mean? But we almost like kind of took you through. I don't know, like a
Crash course.
a crash course on just like what to do and what not to say. And like I remember we'd be going out on nights and you'd be like, right, so I go speak to him. We'd give you a pep talk and be like, oh, yeah, say this, do this. Do you remember on the cruise
it
in
was.
Anchored cruise?
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it was just to see how you are now, even as a person, and just how you deal with women. It's so cool to see. So what would you kind of say? Like, what kind of made you change and develop as a person to be like, right, I need to interact with people this way rather than how I used to do?
That's a great question. I appreciate that as well because I see you guys, part of, giving men advice to each other. Like women is a big part of our journey and development. It's not just business. It all connects, and it's all the same traits you've got to learn. And for me, it was I had to, no matter how much advice I'd get from people like you, Deke, from friends, family, watching YouTube videos on, game and all this stuff, how to get out of the friend zone. I could not learn that lesson until I went through it.
It's trial and error, 100%. You need to gain your own experience. You need to, like that boy said, you need to gain your XP.
Yeah, the XP. Yeah, exactly. That's the sick one.
Yeah. Wait, I bumped into him. Sorry to cut you off.
That's one of your best clips on
I
TikTok,
know,
isn't it?
it's 1.2 mil right
Yeah.
now. I was walking out, so first time I've seen this geezer since the pod, since that went viral. I'm walking out the gym. He went, I need to speak to you. He's cushy, and I went, what's up? He goes, can we speak alone? I was like, yeah, go on in. You call me very good cooks. I'm well happy about that. I was like, really? I was with my boy Ellis. My boy Georgie. I was like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, that's pretty cool, isn't it? And I was like, he goes, you went viral off me. I was like, yeah, fair enough. But the boy had a point. Like you said, you need that XP. You only learn when you're out in the field, actually doing it practically. Like you can do all the theory you want of lots of hearing advice from people, but being out in the field and actually talking to real life women is actually a completely different, whole different ball game. There's so many different variables you can't take into consideration: how they're going to react, how they're going to their body language, how the tone of their voice. There's so many things that you need to pick up on and identify early doors when you're talking to a woman. I believe that can structure the whole conversation with them.
100%.
So like I said, you only learn that by trial and error. So you probably learned that over just doing it yourself, right?
Yeah, bro. And it was when I say full circle moment, like I really mean in the sense that, so it kind of went parallel with my self-employed career. Like as I was starting to now get paid finally by festivals and raves to do videos and followers slowly going up, getting more emails, brands replying in my DMs. I then obviously ended up in Ibiza 2 years ago, just before the pandemic. My first full season, I was friend zoned by every hot girl.
Swear.
Like, Apollo, where we were,
Yeah.
that's where they all lived. The ocean girls, the waitresses, the hostesses. I kid you not, this was the first time I was around so many hot, beautiful young girls, and I thought, I've made it, and this is it. But looking back, it couldn't have been any more loserish because I was literally friend zoned by all of them.
Why? Why do you think that is?
Because their gay best friend told me why. No, shout out to Alistair says to me now, after this season just last summer, he goes, I've turned you into a monster. And he goes, I'll never forget what he said. It was so simple. Long story short, what happened was last summer, before the one just gone, I would literally chill with all the girls. I'd literally go for food with all the girls. I'd sit by the pool with all the girls. I'd go to the rave with all the girls. And then after the event, I'd literally chill with them, just literally like in the rooms, like when they're just in their comfort zone, no makeup, in pajamas. And imagine that's peak, bro. That's peak. And then literally,
You started
that, bro.
It's like,
and I'm not sleeping with any of them, bro. They're all sitting there chatting about other guys.
I'll be fuming.
Did you not make a move on any of them?
But so Alistair, shout out Alistair, you changed my life. He said to me, he goes, at the end of that season, I was actually butthurt because you look back and think, what have I achieved this summer? Yeah, work went well. Yeah, I got myself out there. My name's bigger than it was, but I didn't sleep with barely any girls. And then on Instagram, I'm like chilling with them. I'm like, what are you doing? And Alistair goes, you're way too nice to them, bro.
Really?
Alistair, literally, this is coming from their best friend, yeah? And he's obviously gay, so he has no interest sexually in them. But he said to me...
Nemi doesn't, but maybe you.
Oh no, was he moving to me? But he said to me, he goes, you're way too nice, bro. They're chasing the guys who treat him like crap.
Yeah, it's mad how that works.
That's a big
Oh,
conversation.
It's
That
actually-
is. I want to wait till we've got a female guest on to talk about it.
Yeah.
We've got a female guest on, I think, in 2 weeks. We'll bring that We've got two conversation
coming,
up.
yeah.
Please do. That's a
Because
big opener.
what a fuckery. That's the world we live in right now. Like,
Yeah.
you can't, like, the hot
Girls know it as well. As much as girls try and deny it, girls know that as well. Like girls will say, "Yeah, I don't like a guy that's too nice to me." And then,
You
like,
see all these clips on
What are
Instagram
you
and
moaning
TikTok
for?
and that where these girls get interviewed in the street. They go, "Yeah, if he's too nice, I just
yeah, just
treat
walk over him.
him."
Although I do,
Society.
I think the best place to be is borderline in the middle. So, like, if a girl asks me what you like, I say I'm a nice guy with sprinkle of prick. Like, it's perfect. So I'm a nice, but if I have to be, I will treat you like shit. And I think that's a good balance.
But
because
ain't
you
that
don't-
bad?
Well, I mean, it sounds bad, but that is
will treat
literally
you
what it is. I think it works.
You don't make the rules. You just play the game. That's it. Yeah, I get it.
Don't hate the player.
saying that, there's still, you can still be a gentleman and still be a prick.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Slap her ass. Like, that is still a thing.
Yeah, when I said open that car door, she walked on through. Get your fucking.
If she's got a bunda in it. It's been a long ass day.
I'm slapping bone if I have to. You know?
slapping bone.
No, that's fucked though. Like, we will have a conversation when we've got a girl on. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
for
bring it
sure,
up,
for
because
sure.
they're not here to defend themselves. So we
not
can't.
fair.
Yeah, that's right.
We can't be too unfair on it. But so what? You turned into a bit of a prick and it helped, or what happened? Talk us through it.
So this summer just gone was my full circle, living my dream moment. It was going back, knowing what it's like to be friend zone and not make a move. Remember I was talking to you about the cost of action and the cost of no action.
In action, yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about. But basically, I saw the old version of myself in my head, and I said, I'm not going to be that guy. So this summer, last summer when I went back to Ibiza, all these girls coming back, like different versions of themselves. Some of them are single now. Some new ones are popping up. A lot more knew who I was now because of like video jobs
Yeah,
and
of
TikTok
course.
and all that. So literally, I was like, I don't need to chase you. I don't need to give some desperate energy,
the
like
mentality.
projecting towards you. Like I shouldn't be chasing you when I'm on the tables that you're trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, G.
You know what I mean?
Big dick energy.
Come on.
Yeah, you got red pilled.
Bro, honestly, I had to learn. I went from that simp, that friend zone simp, to then not saying I was like fucking absolutely savage, but let's just say to the point where I would tell girls straight up, like, you know, I'm not letting you. I would say really directly as well, like, babe, like, I just feel like you're wasting time, and I can't really be dealing with that right now.
And I bet your
They like
success
that.
rate went up.
Yeah.
They were like, "Is this
mean-
Faris?"
Who is this
They're
guy?
like, "What?"
Who is this
I've
brother?
already asked this, but I don't want to ask how many kills you got for the season. It's pretty ridiculous still.
Next question. What's that Jose Mourinho meme? If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. I am Jose Mourinho.
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So we won't ask a number, but success rate went obviously changed, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That come from. There's a multiple things there. That's a reflection on yourself
Yeah.
and a change in mentality and a change in the way that you carry yourself. Because I see a lot of women talk about this and guys talk about being alpha males and stuff like that. If you're that guy, you don't have to tell people who you are and what you are. Like the way you carry yourself into a room, the way that you hold yourself says a hell of a lot before you even speak.
Yeah.
100%. And you know what? This is a really
Girls
important
feed
thing.
off that.
100%.
Girls feel
That
off
energy,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's so
Good energy though. Be a good energy
of
guy.
course.
Like girls will come up to you just because they like your energy. Like if you
yeah.
haven't paid them enough attention, you look at a girl and she knows that you've looked and you're interested.
Yeah.
Then you carry on just doing our thing and chilling with the boys and chatting away. But if you're giving off good vibes and good energy, that is what a girl is attracted to all
Mate,
day long.
you know, that's so important what you just said, because it's just reminded me, like, looks obviously a big thing, yeah, you know, whether guys or girls want to admit it or not. But I would actually say I probably looked a little bit better the year before when I was friend zone Faris. I cared more about my appearance. I'd always get the bleach. I'd always make sure my beard's perfect, like moisturised. I'd be a slob. Like not like that bad, but I mean, like, I wouldn't care as much about what I do. I'd go out to Ocean in flip flops and a t-shirt and swim shorts, while everyone's like head to toe in designer, and I'd literally nick a bird, and I'd literally come back because the same girl that would say to me last year, like I was a bit too keen, or she just wants to be mates, or it was just a one-off, is the same one now that would just be like trying to catch eye contact with me or try and come over. And I'd literally say to her, like, your friends are chatting me up. And just to annoy him, to be like, your friends are chatting me up. Like before that, I would try to hide it. That's another big thing. I used to think it's really unattractive to let a girl see that you're chatting to other girls. I don't know why. It's the opposite.
You know what that is? That is called social proofing.
Yeah.
If a girl sees you with loads of other girls, they're automatically thinking, what's so interesting about this geezer that all these other girls are talking to?
Yeah.
Other girls become more attractive when you speak to other girls.
Oh.
I learned that a couple of years ago when I newly become single. I was because all the boys when they go on dates, what I noticed about not all my boys, but most boys, what they do is they put a little hand in their photos on Instagram of the girl's hand. They don't ever really want to show you who they're with, or they're with girls on a night out, but they don't when they're out in the nightclub, but they don't really show you who the girls are with. When I'm out, I'm showing every girl I'm with, and I don't really give a fuck because one thing, I've got no links to any girl really, so I don't really give a fuck. And two, because like you just said, it's social proofing. People are like, what the fuck's going on here then? Why is this guy always with girls?
On that's like a lot of them are our mates.
Yeah, they are.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with having girl mates. We've got a shit ton of girl mates. Do you know what I mean? And we can go.
No, I don't mean like I'm not rolling like Dan Bilzerian with low. I'm not rolling. I ain't no Dan B.
I wish, yeah.
No, but I'm a wish Dan B. No, on the real. When I say I'm rolling with girls, I've got a lot of girlfriends. Me and Mason have a lot of girlfriends, and I'm rolling with a lot of girls. But these other girls don't know they're my friends. They could be like. You know what
are you trying to chop? Are you trying to chop them, or actually your friends?
Next question, please.
That's a story.
Does it matter? What's the difference?
Even if like these girls that we're with, even if you have had that, if you've slept together or whatever, if you're that guy that's then sleep with girls and then you're fucking weird about it afterwards, you're fucking weirdo, bro. Like hold your own. Like if you can't have that mutual understanding between you and that girl, it is what it is. I still think you're a legend. You still think I'm cool. Like. That's maturity. Yeah, these guys that sleep with girls and then act all weird about it afterwards and don't talk to them, you're fucking weirdo, bro.
Yeah, I agree, but you know what?
The loads of the girls that we hang around with girls that all right, we've slept with them or what, they slept with us, but we're still fucking good mates. So we'll still go out with them every week. On a night out, we'll go out for drinks with them. Like
and no one gets emotional.
No, nothing at all. Every festival we go to and raves we go to, events we go to, like you go in, we're going, we'll meet you there. Like you're on that level of.
I get that.
But do you know why?
That's a sick level.
Do you know why? That is I'll tell you how this happens. When you sleep with females, and then there's always a sour patch after with multiple girls. I slept with him. This sort of bad atmosphere. The reason why you haven't managed expectations from the get go.
Yeah.
So when I interact with a girl, I'm very clear with my intentions. I'm not saying look, I'm looking for a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't sell any girl on earth a dream. Yeah, they all know where they are from the beginning. And if you don't like what I'm proposing, then that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
you
that's
do
cool.
you.
They actually respect that a lot more when you do like set
1000%.
Be upfront and honest, boys. Like, be upfront of it. Like, when a girl asks you what you're looking for, you go, look, if I'm honest, it depends on what phase you're in. You might say I'm looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for that shit. Yeah. Like, listen, I think you're cool. Love to hang out. Sleep with. But they go, we're just friends with benefits. It's like that's a social name, but you call it like. I'm happy just to chill with you and sleep with you for however long it lasts, but don't get the idea that it's then going to turn into a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for that. I won't let it go down that avenue. Like, I'm happy for as long as it goes on, it goes on. But an actual time relationship, and then again, there's loads of questions around that. Okay, you're sleeping with someone else. No, you don't always have to be sleeping with someone else. But like, if you wanted to go, if I said to that girl, if you want to go and sleep, you can. I'm not going to stop you from going. Like, if you suddenly met someone and started going out on dates, I'll be like, listen, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, no, but I'm happy for you. I'm still here for you if you need me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he acts like a prick or whatever, then I've still got your back, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like, I'm happy for you. Go on a date. Go and find someone that you're going to love.
The thing is, it just depends.
Don't be weird about it.
It just depends, though. If there's an emotional attachment there, then it's peak. Because
But
this is I know you set the tone, but this is what happens,
Of course
right?
it does, yeah, of course it does.
9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, you sleep with someone, or it's happened in the past, and you say it's just friends. It will. Someone's going to catch feelings. It always happens. It always happens, like 99% of the time. But like you said, you just need to manage expectations.
And the thing is, if they do catch feelings, that's on them. I know you can't help things. I know you can't help feelings, but they can't be angry at you because you're not interested because you already set the tone from the get go.
No,
that's
of course,
what I believe.
They can't be angry. But
Yeah.
they'll respect you for
But
it.
then, no, I don't, brother. I honestly don't have any bad relationships with females. I'm dead serious.
I think some things have gone sour. Things like they get a bit upset or whatever. You're like, well, okay, I need to call that quits now. That's just getting a bit thing. But they're not actual bad sour. I've got no sour relationship.
No, neither do I. And like, I will answer your question honestly. Most of the girls I am seeing with, not all of them, but I'd say a large majority, I have maybe had sexual encounters with in the past. But we're on a mature.
Shakalak.
Shakalak. But I'm mature enough, and they're mature enough to know that, and we're cool.
That's all that matters.
What you need to do. You need to under-promise and over-deliver on expectations. So you tell her you've got a 4-incher, but it's actually 6. Yeah, it's not an 8, but it still looks good.
Where did that come from?
We cut that bit out. Beep, beep,
I do get the analogy there because then they're already like impressed.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a 6 inch, it's a bit bigger still, but I'm just saying, like, if you under-promise,
Ozzy's actually got a 4-incher.
4-inch.
Listen,
Right, so obviously had an encounter recently.
Yeah.
if I had TripAdvisor, it'd be good reviews in it. So
Yeah?
it's all blessed. It's cool, mate. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll come back to Faris.
Yeah,
So-
Faris, I'll tell you what, Faris, talk to us where you're at now, bro. Like, obviously, like the transition from obviously folding towels in Virgin Active. You've done a couple of things in Ibiza. Like, talk to us about some of your biggest projects, how you got involved with them, like where you're at now. What's going on?
So when I came back from LA after six years ago, leaving my last normal job, which was Virgin Active, I then basically started emailing, DMing, and reaching out to organisations that represent festivals, raves, parties. And now that I've done all these free jobs in return for press passes, for access, backstage at Wireless, this and that, I had a portfolio of like a showreel to basically send around and say, this is what I do. And I was so driven because the thought of getting paid to do what I love and fly around the world motivated me so much. And it went hand in hand with the fear of failure and remembering stacking towels in Virgin Active. So just relentlessly reaching out, cold calls, emails, turning up to meetings, and eventually started getting hired. I remember my first big job after that, which I was so gassed about, was Destination Dubai. It was just this like organization that flies loads of Brits out and then does the whole week, like the itineraries, like beach party, pool party, desert safari. And they said, we think we could use you to show people what goes on and just basically each day take you through it. And then
you film it, yeah?
Yeah. So no, they brought a videographer out.
Yeah.
And they said, you basically go around the microphone, you talk to everyone, you make sure they're having a good time, and you just talk in front of the camera. So I basically imagine just making up a job as you go. Like I'm not a professional broadcaster. No. I don't work for like the BBC. I'm this freelance guy who likes talking to people and has a mic. That's it. So like some people, is he a content creator? Is he a presenter? Whatever he is, like people thought I was good at what I do. And I just basically believed that it could become my job.
That's what you were saying, weren't you? You were saying like, even when I asked you, I was just like, what do you actually do for a job? And you were saying you go into like these big meetings with like high-end people and you're just like, I don't even know what I do for a job. And you're explaining like your situation, trying to tell them what you actually do. That
became a running joke for the last 3, 4, 5 years of my life. People would literally introduce me, Zoom calls, meetings, events. This is Faris. He does loads of stuff with, then name some brands and be like, he's like, you introduce yourself. What do you actually do, mate?
No, go on, you introduce me because I don't even know what I do.
What does he do? Nobody knows. He doesn't even know. So I introduced, I'll be honest, I introduced myself adapting my title depending on who the client was. If it was a more corporate client, I'd be like, I'm a video producer. If it was like loads of influencers, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a presenter. I go to parties. So I would just basically like present what that client wanted until I could call them clients.
Wow.
Yeah, rate that, man. Adapt into your environment.
Yeah, they're like, oh, can you film as well? Oh, I got this if you need it, but also we'll have to pay for a videographer. I was like, I can edit though. Oh, okay, so you can do the interviews and do the edit. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Just do that just to get the job over the line.
You just said yes to everything.
Yeah, just say yes to everything. I'd be like a project manager, a video producer, present it, then get the edits done, and then literally hire videographers and make sure everyone gets paid as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, but there's a saying Richard Branson says, say yes to every opportunity and figure out how to do it after.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's what you basically did.
That reminds me of another quote. That's something like, ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Correct.
And that's something I live by. Like sneaking in, imagine blagging into festivals all your life to then working at those events and getting hired by them and getting respected by like the actual event organizer.
Wow.
Like that actually took a lot of drive because
That's mad tenacity, mate. That's mad tenacity.
Bro, the biggest lesson I learned from doing that was the moments where I'd freeze with anxiety and be like, I'm not actually meant to be here. Yeah. Should I walk away? And then literally, so many people taught me lessons to be like, own it, bro. If you're not meant to be there, act like you're meant to be there.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I mean?
That reminds me of a little quote. Actually, we'll fucking philosophers now.
In,
do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. But no, it's a good quote. He says, it goes something like, basically, pretend to be brave. Because or if you're scared, pretend that you're brave. Because even if you're pretending, no one knows the difference anyway.
Yeah. Bro, yes, mate.
Do you know what I mean? So, even like I say, when you're not meant to be somewhere, just pretend to be that person, or that you are meant to be where you are, even if you're shitting yourself inside, because no one knows the difference anyway, whether you're pretending or not.
Oh my God, that's probably the biggest lesson.
That's good, man. That's hard. Yeah. Do you know what? I think Rihanna said something like that. There's a TikTok, all these girls, you know when girls...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're on about.
Yeah, she said something like, oh, what do you do when you don't feel like going? She goes, I pretend.
Yeah.
So what else am I going to do?
And if you can't be brave, pretend to be, because nobody knows the difference anyway.
Yeah, it's facts. That's facts.
And no matter what you do, not even me working in media and entertainment, no matter what industry you're in, boys, or people watching, majority of the problems, 99% of that anxiety and that stress is in your head.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, it's even with this pod, the first one we done, in my head I was like mad nervous about it. I think a few people have watched it back, gave feedback. They said, no, you looked confident. I was thinking in my head, I was shitting it. Yeah. Because when there's like a camera there, you're speaking, I think you compensate.
Overanalyze everything. Didn't you?
Yeah, so like it's normal. Like even here, I felt that. So, but like you said, you just go through it. Like just throw yourself in the deep end, sink or swim end of the day.
Yeah, and
so it makes sense.
The funny thing is, right? You put on a brave face, and there's another quote. We're all philosophers now. You fake it till you make it. It's a simple one. Yeah.
That's very true.
Eventually, you fake it so much that you actually become what you're faking to become.
Yeah. You have to envisage and manifest the fact that you're already living that life. This is what I'm doing now, and that does become your reality. Manifestation is unbelievable. We manifested this pod to be where we're like what it is now, and it's nothing. We're this big in the grand scheme of things, growing. But it's getting the right traction and people are actually engaging and getting the right message that we're trying to give across. It's like we're manifesting what we want to portray, 100%. And that is exactly what people are seeing. So for us, when we see the messages come through and we're like, that's so fucking refreshing. We're like, what a relief, boys. So like people are actually seeing what we're like. We're real. We're not fake. We're just chilling, like telling people as it is. So, but we're manifesting how we want to live that. So I rate that. Bro.
Did you know that? I think I've read this stat, but they say you're 48% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down every day.
Wow.
Really?
So as much as we manifest, if you write them down, and they used to preach this in like previous jobs that I worked in. I used to do like property bonds, and they used to say, "What do you want to achieve? Write it down every day when you wake up and you sleep. Write it down, and you're more likely to achieve it." And I don't know how correct the stats are, but they said 48% you're more likely to achieve them. Wow. So it's mad how it works when you manifest, write it down, and envision yourself actually there already. So it goes in line with everything we're talking about.
That's sick. It's probably because you're subconsciously you're doing things every single day that are subconsciously leading you to that, what you want to become.
Exactly, you're conditioning your subconscious mind. Yeah, to believe. I know we keep comparing all these quotes from people, but McGregor was at a press conference when McGregor was on the come up, and he said, "I'm manifesting." Before he did it, he said, "I'm going to hit him with the right in the first second. I'm going to put him to sleep."
Yeah.
Aldo, yeah. And he said, I manifest it. And you can see the press conferences before, he's saying, I'm going to do this at this point, and I'm going to do it. He told everyone what he was going to do. And then Aldo come towards him, he cracked him, put him out, brother. He done exactly what he was going to say he was going to do.
Yeah.
Because he was Hungry Connor was a different breed.
Yeah.
Hungry Connor was an absolute animal. I think as he got richer and got more wealthy and more successful, he lost
the hunger.
You
would, though, wouldn't you? You would.
Of course.
I think he should just retire now and just enjoy his wealth. Like, do you know what I mean?
He's done what he needs.
I agree, but don't forget that fight's always in him, and he probably watches back his fights and sees hunger, but he'll never be able to replicate.
He's not the same.
No, of course.
It's not the same.
But he's made it though, isn't he?
He done exactly what he set out to do.
Get the red panties. We made it.
Yeah.
60 G's, baby.
60 G's, baby.
I think leading on from that though, it's good. Like some people like I always used to get it as well. They're like, "You're delusional, mate." And I'm just like, I'm not delusional. And I was like, sometimes I set these goals in my mind where I was just like, they're big goals, and I knew they were big goals. And people would be like, my mates would be like, "You're delusional. You can't do that." So I was just like, just don't be scared to be delusional. So I think there's an element of delusion in success.
You need it, yeah.
I ain't big, man. I ain't big.
Do you know what I mean?
Some people thrive with people telling them they can't make it.
Yeah, I
Some
do.
people go, "Oh my god."
I do.
Me and Yo
I
was having
do.
a conversation today.
If people hate on me or people give me negativity or people say you can't do something or throw shade, bruv, that is burning a fire in my belly that makes me want to. Yeah, I love it.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah,
right?
1000%.
You can get shit scared from it. Or
You
can
use
actually
that
channel
negative
it.
energy, you tame it, and you use it for good. You use it to put into other shit, positive shit.
Yeah.
Like again, another example was like I got in the best shape of my life when I was going through shit times because I was using all that shit times in my life to fucking drive myself in the gym. And you just use that energy. Like when we had on the last pod in the internal, I had a bit of a negative period, and I used that to turn it into something positive. It started my coaching business. So like whatever that negative energy is. You want to try and stay away from. You want to try and stay away from it as much as possible. But if you do get that negative energy, channel it, tame it, and use it for something good. Because there's always going to be people hating on you. There's always going to be people telling you delusional, what you're doing, why you're doing this.
And it can come from people you know.
Yeah,
it can come from people you're close to and stuff like that. And you're going to think, why the fuck are they throwing shade at me?
Small town syndrome. It's called small town syndrome.
And do you know what? Sometimes there is absolutely no reason, no explanation for it. They're doing it just out of spite. And do you know what? Let them crack on with it. Let them say, because you've got to look at it and think, you know what? What are you doing with your life? Tell me something you're doing with your life. I'm trying to make a positive impact, not just for me and my friends, but for people out there as well. I'm actually trying to give back. So yeah, then people are always going to hate. And do you know what? Just let them do it and just
fuck it.
Did you get any like hate on
Faris,
the come
talk to
up
us.
or like?
Because that tenacity of going to the places you went to, right? Of the places that you did go to, you did get into. Of the 100 places you tried to get into. 99 of them you probably didn't get into.
No.
So how the fuck did you stay so motivated to like, do you know what? I'm going to go to the next festival. I'm going to go to the next gig. I'm going to keep going. Like, you must have got back some days thinking, fuck this. Do you know what I mean? I need to do something else. How did you push yourself through that?
I guess I just never really saw myself having a plan B. Like there was no other job or industry that I felt like I was capable of doing. I never got good grades. Like I was fired from the majority of the jobs I had when I was younger just to get me by. And you know all about that.
Yeah. Come on.
And I basically just would push against something. You know, like we just said about being deluded. Like I was just so adamant that this is all I'm ever going to do. And I can't see myself being in any other lane. And I've got no competition because only I can do what I do the way I do it. So I just believed that I could just keep chipping away. And then eventually, if someone was to hire me, that would be enough proof to give me some motivation to keep going. So thankfully, you were about to say something about hate or negativity around you.
Yeah, have you ever received any or like, how's it been like on your journey or like from like kind of like zero to like towards the top?
If I'm being completely honest, I think because I've always kept like my journey so open and genuine, I've attracted more positive energy than negative. I think a lot of people, majority of people project like a bravado facade on social media. Yeah. So that's why they get a lot of hate and a lot of, you know, like that tiki-toki guy and people project a bravado. So you're opening the door for negativity to come your way. And that's why all your comments are negative and people hating on you and you're getting all these nasty DMs. I literally would jump on my story and just say like openly admit like, yeah, I'm still hoping this is working out. Like now I'm getting to do this. I can't believe I'm getting paid to do that. And people would reply like happy for me. Like random people I've never met would be like, oh, I've watched you for 2 years now. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, bro, I've literally followed you randomly. Your thingies, mate. And then that support built into like literally a little community of people that I would talk to. And I replied to everyone.
Yeah,
no matter how many DMs I get, like I don't get as many as fucking massive influencers or celebrities, but the moral what I'm trying to say is that I remember what it was like to get ignored and to not get a reply from an email or a brand to just read your DM and not reply. So I made it like an absolute promise that like no matter who it is, even if they're asking for fucking Ocean guest list, I will reply to everyone. And even if it's a quick voice note, I've sent like loads of voice notes, like 11111 to people I've never met who are just asking how to get into the industry. Yeah. So I believe in just leaving the door open.
100%.
Yeah.
That's good.
I rate that. We spoke about that on the internal, didn't it? About basically the last internal pod we had, and this come off of comments from people watching our videos and stuff. And guys were saying like, "Can you talk to us more about just being basically being a positive guy, how to essentially network with other people, friends. How you make those people, how you make those connections." And you've just hit the nail on the head there. It's just put out positive energy, respond to people, even if it's people saying like, "Look, I can't help you out this time, but next time I'll do my best for you." Do you know what I mean? And
100%.
that comes around full circle.
It does.
Not to cut you off, I was just going to say, you've clearly not just forgotten where you come from, and that's just the most important thing. Either some people are fed with a silver spoon, or they get to a certain point of fame or clout, and then they just become arrogant. clearly that's not what's happened. Like you still know where you started and the journey you've been on, which is why you're willing to reply to everyone and give that time of the day. And that's the most important part, is not forgetting where you've come from. So, which is why when, again, some people have everything kind of laid out to them, I understand why they are the way they are. You can't actually hate on them. You might not like them, but I do get it.
Yeah.
You're like that because everything's been given to you. You've not had
They know no different.
you've not had a shit day or like down at the bottom. And for that reason, you are the way you are. But when, I'm not saying we've come from the trenches, but we've all been in a certain journey. We've all been down, whether it's relationships, jobs, this. But when you remember where you started, I think that's what humbles you the most.
100%, man. I think the biggest drive a man can have is the hunger to taste something they never had or something they never came from. And that is going to put you ahead of every guy who's born into a rich family, who has famous relatives, who has, like just the whole structure around them, innit? Built around them. People are born and they just get everything given to them. That person will never know what it feels like to kind of go without. So they'll naturally have a mediocre drive.
Hard work will beat talent.
The ethics.
Every single day of the week.
100.
Very true.
It goes back to, like I said, you lose the hunger. Like Connor lost his hunger. Similar story.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, when you're
He's not the best fighter in the world, but he was hungry for it.
Yeah,
he worked hard. He trained. Like, he's not the best fighter, but like I say, he had that fucking motivation to come. He come from absolutely nothing to be where he is now. Like, it comes from nothing. Like his missus, he didn't have no job. He was on the dole.
Oh yeah.
His missus was paying for his rent.
living in his mum's house in the loft.
His missus was paying for all his fighting equipment, like all his gloves, his gear, everything.
Had debt collectors everywhere.
Yeah, she paid for the lot. She worked and funded his fighting life. And now look at him.
That's the fun part, though, isn't it? Like
Journey, man.
mate,
100%.
it's like, I don't know if you've been in the car. When you're accelerating to 100, that's fun. But when you're at 100 and you're going at 100, it just feels normal. But the acceleration,
such a good analogy.
is like pushing you back. That's the fun part. But as soon as you hit 100 and you're coasting, it's just like, I'm sweet, I'm at 100.
Sniper shot.
Do you know what I mean?
He has these. He bags these. He sits there at night, right? What would sound really good on the pod?
Google page 23.
That's a good point. Though. You didn't know to think of that on the spot to what he was about to say anyway. So it's a good thing that you just thought of.
That's a cool journey you've been on, man. It's cool. So what's next? What's happening?
That's a good question, mate. Literally just always figuring it out. But I feel like now I've done it for 6-7 years. So I'm at a point where I'm like, right, I don't need to prove myself to earn stripes. And one problem I had was 3-4 years ago, promoters and event organizers and brands would dangle like crumbs, and I'd go running just to grab it out of desperation. Oh, I'll do a quick job for a couple £100. I'll do it for some free clothes. Oh my God, you're going to send me your products. Now I'm kind of over that. And they saw when I was during my fun party phase, they'd be like, "Oh, Faris, there's loads of models and influencers. We'll give you, you can join the table, free drinks."
Trying to bribe you almost.
And I'd go and do things and just devalue myself and my brand, especially as my platform was growing. I started to notice little things, bro. Like my story views or just something would get more than the client that's hired me, and I'm spending all night promoting them, and I'm not making any money, and they're getting all the money on the door. Like, what am I doing? So I'm at a stage now where I'm like, right, evaluate options and take wise steps that's actually going to benefit me long term, not just grab something that's quick, fun, and easy now.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
How have you found kind of holding like business relationships, personal friendships, like relationships with women? How's that kind of changed over the years as you've got like your schedule's got busier? Like, how have you formed them relationships? Has it been good? Has it been a distraction or?
That's a good one, bro. Managing time has become like the number one priority for me. I've realized that for some people, it's obviously waking up in the morning, going to the gym or something. But for me, time management is everything. When you're self-employed, no one tells you to wake up at 8 a.m. No one tells you eat at this time. And no one tells you, make sure you make X amount of money. I don't have a guaranteed paycheck at the end of the week or the month. I have to sort all my own taxes out. I actually have to go out there and hustle. Otherwise, if I don't grind, nothing comes in. So I have to I have one phone. I literally have WhatsApp, and I'm literally have to make the conscious decision to air girls and literally message someone that is going to help me build a business, a side hustle, or a project that's going to benefit my future.
Wow.
No, that's pure discipline.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, you have to, but
Pure discipline.
The cost of not doing it, you learn again. You go, I messaged some girls today, and then you literally get into voice notes, you get into FaceTimes, and you go, what have I done?
Yeah.
We said this,
Yeah.
women can draw, not all women, but like, speaking to multiple girls as well is a very bad use of time, in my opinion.
Very bad.
I think
Bro,
the only reason I learned that is from doing it.
Yeah, we're all guilty, yeah.
He's looking at me. I don't do it anymore. Don't bait me out on this pod because you're going to do me this film, mate.
It's got a 4-week delay on it anyway, so she
not-
won't even be talking to you in 4 weeks.
Hey, can I just ask, out of the whole group, who would have the least discipline with women?
I feel bad.
Is it you?
I'm lying. Don't look at me like you all gonna do you, mate.
Is it you?
I'm chatting to this, but I ain't getting involved in this. You're gonna do me dirty in this.
I'll see your stories.
I've just looked at you, bro. You've
I'll
done
keep
the
my
rest.
mouth shut, bro.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not me. So
Ain't me either.
it's you.
He
bro.
don't want all his girlfriends to watch the TikToks, innit?
Well, you should see some of the DMs he's been getting off birds. And,
But I see him, they're on his story.
Where do I know you from?
Whoa.
Okay, where do I know you from?
You just mullered me, mate.
I ain't cutting this out either. It's too much editing.
Yeah.
I done a bit of a background research, not too much. Just so I looked on your page and stuff. Obviously, I do that. Most guests we have on. How did you become so? I don't know if you are. Correct me if I'm wrong. But how did you become so close to Wayne Lineker?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, especially in Ibiza. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even gone to Ibiza.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I hadn't been, and people said to me when I got to like 26, they're like, how if you're a content creator for events and parties, how have you not gone to Ibiza? And I promised myself it would only be for a job. And they were like, no, mate, you should go just for the experience. It's like the mecca of raving, mate. How have you not been? And I remember one day there was a guy called Kai. You know Kai Abode?
Yeah, of course. We know Kai.
Yeah.
man.
So
Good guy.
he's one of the first few people who gave me a chance. He basically was like, mate, I think you're wicked. I don't know if it'll work at my party abode because it's just everyone monging off their nut in a big dark room who will not want to be interviewed. But I think there is an event, cheers, that you would like a lot called Hotbed. It's my
Hotbed, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we got the.
Is it?
Table, yeah.
Is that where it was?
You went?
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
event.
so you've all been,
It's
yeah?
a good event, mate. Yeah,
It's an absolute blur.
Mate, it's such a cool
good event.
bit of an
Hotbed's
older
a good
crowd,
Full of fit birds.
full of fit
Yeah.
birds.
Yeah.
It's like a bouncy, smaller, more intimate kind of
yeah,
vibe,
nice.
yeah? How live, like, performers. He goes, we've got special guests. I want you to interview the residents, chat to some of the public, and we've got a special guest, Wayne Lineker, coming down. It's his favourite event. Just interview him. Again, I just did a quick, cheap job because I wanted to just get in with people. And I was like, I've heard of Wayne. I went down and just cracked on with the interviews. And then Wayne came along, and then Kai's like, make sure you ask him why is Hotbed your favourite event, because literally that's content we could use because we've got a residency at Ocean next year. So I was talking to Wayne, interviewed him, literally clicked straight away. We're just laughing as if we're mates, as if we knew each other for ages. He's talking about, Ocean, can't wait. Ibiza is going to be sick. Love Hotbed. And then literally cameras went off and Kai was like, gave me the wink, like, you're done, like, you smashed it. And then Wayne was about to leave the room and I went, excuse me, mate. And he goes, yeah, bro, what's up? And I said, I don't know, but I feel like that was just really like a really natural interview, and I would love to do more stuff like this for your businesses if you think it would work at Ocean, and if it's all right to get your email or something. And he goes, absolutely, bro, you're fucking sick at what you do. Take my number.
Impression. That's a good impression.
Close my eyes, is it?
He goes, WhatsApp me tomorrow, bro. And I thought he's just saying that to be nice. Like, I WhatsApped him. We set up a meeting, and then literally from then the rest is history. Like, we flew out to Uganda to produce a documentary.
Yeah. We've done a lot with
We
him.
went to,
We've done a lot of
went to
work with
Dubai
him.
for a couple
Yeah.
months, and then literally Ibiza. He introduced me to everyone there.
Love that.
What a guy! He's got.
He's genuinely a
he's got
nice
such
guy.
cool
Yeah,
story,
man.
Very nice
He's
guy.
got such. Wayne Lineker's got such a cool story, mate.
Yeah,
His
bro.
life has been unbelievable.
He gets a lot of stick, but
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Again, from dickheads, brother. He
Yeah.
gets stick from dickheads, like low
From
life.
dickheads that want to live his life, mate.
Thank
The
you.
dickheads that go to his club in the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Everyone
and
wants
ask him for
to
selfies.
Yeah. Oh, above, it's honestly.
The thing is, he's
It's
so
mad, isn't it?
He's
Go
so
on.
nice as well. Like every time we've been in Ibiza and he's in the club, there's thousands of people there, and you go up to him and speak to him, and he'll have a genuine conversation
Yeah.
with you.
Of course he will.
He doesn't
He
palm
won't,
you
he
away.
won't ignore you. He won't be like, "Oh, don't
He's
worry."
not arrogant
You
at
ask for a
all,
photo,
mate.
he'll take a photo with anyone, and he's just a nice guy. But people just love to hate. Do you know what I
People
mean?
love to hate.
People don't like an older guy getting attention from younger women
what it
when,
is.
even though he owns a beach club.
Yeah, that's it. That's the internet. Well, that's this generation.
Yeah.
This generation's just full of blood-sucking haters.
That goes back to what we were saying earlier, though, boys, and to the other pod. Like exactly like that. You just being yourself as a genuine guy. You've networked with someone who's incredibly, like he is incredibly famous. Do you know what I mean? And he's done incredibly well for himself. That's how you network. Just being like, you didn't treat him like, you know, some people treat famous people like, oh my god, I'm gonna suck your ass. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
smoke in
fucking
your
like,
ass,
yeah, just blowing smoke up his ass. Da, da, da. Like, you treated him as what he is, just another normal bloke who's done really well for himself. And you just want to have a good conversation with him, like, and just from that network. I mean, look what Merck just said that you've done with him. So I think that should be a message to anyone that's watching this, and the message we're trying to give out is what we said last time: just be a genuinely good person, man.
Yeah.
Because like that will take you a long way. Don't give this portrayal, like you mentioned earlier, of people trying to act like this and trying to act like that. Trust me, being a dickhead serves you for that amount of time, and it gets you in no doors. It gets doors slammed in your face. Like being networking, being a good person, you'll have a much better life.
Oh, 100%. No, that was spot on how you said it. And literally, I just want to quickly say something about networking, right? People go on about it so much because it is really important. But what I think people get it confused. People think networking is grabbing a business card, turning up to a workshop, and then just literally figuring out what they can get from the situation. It's actually the opposite. It's actually building personal relationships with people and figuring out what can you bring to their table to the point where it creates a partnership. Whether it's socially or professionally, if you treat people as people and not just a business card, you actually listen to who they are, understand what they do, and try and make that click into your life. When the two of you get that synergy, it will just become effortless.
Definitely. You actually put that on the Instagram story a few weeks ago. Yeah. And just like even little things like that, you're literally just like helping, because people obviously follow you, watch you, maybe in the hope that they want to do what you do. Yeah, bro. When you're literally giving away free game to people, do you know what I mean?
Bro, literally, imagine when I became friends with Wayne, right? I'm getting randomly recognised more than my actual professional jobs just because he's putting me on his story. Yeah. And imagine I was thinking, his family must be thinking, who is this random Asian guy Wayne's bringing around? Who is he? Like, why is he in the yard? Why is he actually in the beach club? Why is he in the Bentley? Like, literally, he's everywhere. And I wanted to make it a personal point to prove that there is nothing I want or need from Wayne other than his friendship, because we have banter. And as soon as people realised that, he even told me once in the restaurant, he was like, bro, they all love you now. Literally, like my business partners, my colleagues, my staff, they a bit cautious when I bring someone because they think they're just out to use what we got. But they've seen that he's just here to bring a good vibe, and they're happy to have me around them.
I love that, man.
Yeah, I love that.
And like they say, I'm not like you said, you're not trying to like leech off him at all, but they do say your network is your net worth. Like who you know and who you network with will change everything in your environment and in your life, I believe. And that's why it's so important. Like I know I've said this before on a pod that wasn't this one. You are the 5 people you hang around with, and that comes into business and into friendships. If you're hanging around with dickheads all the time, and your life will just turn to shit. If you're hanging around with good, successful people, positive people who have a good impact in your life, you will then have a better life. So,
that's so important, mate.
Yeah, and that you're kind of living proof of that. I suppose you don't have any dickheads around you, do you?
No, like they've eventually slipped off, because I used to get like really. Have any of you lot had like friends from school who you think they're your mates, but their banter is actually just passive aggressive digs and remarks?
Of course, mate.
And in your head you think, am I just being too sensitive? But then eventually you realise this person is just fully hating on my life. They don't want me to be happy. They don't like seeing me do well. So you eventually just turn around and just stick it on them a little bit, like in a way where you kind of let them know that they're not your friend. And as soon as they can't get anything from you, as soon as they can't get a reaction, and as soon as they realise that you see them for who they really are, they just eventually slip off.
No reaction is the best reaction.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden, like I say, you just eventually start cut contact. Trust me, they notice. And when I said, people like that feed off of reaction. They want to see a reaction.
Yeah, that's so true.
They want to see you pissed off. They want to be like, I've got him. I've got a bite out of that. Yeah. You don't react. You go, listen, I see everything that everybody does. Every comment, every this, every that. I watch and see everything. That's cool, man. No problem. I know now where we stand. That's cool. Like,
you've done me a favour.
You've shown yourself.
You've done me a favour. You showed yourself early. I know where I stand now.
That's it. Well, I thought we were pals. I've never done you dirty. I've never done wrong. And now
never said wrong by you.
Yeah, never. We don't talk about people behind their backs. So like nothing bad. Nothing. Even if I don't like somebody, I'll keep it to myself. Do you know what I mean? But I've got no bad blood with people. And even from little things like this now, we're starting to see people show their true colours. That's cool. Now I know where we stand. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought we were pals. You come up and say hello to me. I'll show you love when I see you. And then all of a sudden now you want to start throwing shade for no reason. And this comes back to the pod we said last week. And I'm sure you've seen it. I bet people have slandered you from the work that you've done. Or people try and throw shade about, he thinks he's doing this, X, Y, and Z. Just let that go over your head, man. Even your head, you go, cool, that's no problem.
I literally get people coming up to me who I haven't seen since uni and just running into them in the pub, in the local, or at an event. And they'd literally just some of the remarks, I would just feel it. It's not positive. You can tell when someone is giving you banter in a positive way and they have your best intentions, and when someone's given a swipe.
So true.
And I'd literally feel a swipe from a few people just being like, you still trying to do your video stuff then? Like, do you get paid for it now then? Okay, cool. What? So does Wayne pay you to like hang out with him? Like, you still living at home, or what are you doing now then? And it's just people trying to get information to then go off and have a little bitch and have a little chat and gossip behind your back. So when you tell them good news, Oh my God, this is such a big one that I actually wanted to talk to you about. Actually, you asked me, did I get any negative energy? And I said majority of it's been positive. But one lesson that I have learned is be careful who you share your good news with.
Oh, wow, that's so true.
Because you think that telling people your successes and your wins is a good thing, even if it's not to people who have your best intentions, because they're going to be like, oh, he's winning. It does. I don't know how spiritual you want to call it, but it attracts some kind of negative aura, where like if it doesn't happen, or if you hope something's going to come through and it doesn't come through, those people who you told will be cheering in the background quietly.
They're preying on your losses.
Yeah, not everyone wants you to win. No. And the scary thing is sometimes that negative energy is closer to home than you think.
Yeah, 100%. People are just scared of like you doing better than them sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
People want to see you do well, but never better than them.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Weird, isn't it? Motherfuckers. Scary, isn't it? You motherfuckers.
These motherfuckers. It's true though, isn't it? What a horrible world we live in though. Do you reckon that's a Western thing?
I'd say
Do you reckon it's a worldwide thing?
Probably more Western.
I'd probably say more Western.
Yeah, more Western. Think about it, on the other side of the world, if you come home and you're celebrating your wins and there's something you've done that's successful, everyone's cheering for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know we said Western, and that America normally comes under the blanket of that. When I normally talk to, I've got a few American pals, and when you normally talk to them about your projects and that, they're really like, oh my God, man, I'm not going to do American accent. they're like happy for you. Oh my, I don't know if that's genuine. I don't know if it's just American culture, but I feel a lot more neggy energy from British people.
Yeah, mate.
I don't know why that is.
right.
Not
That
everyone.
is-
Again, I'm not doing everyone with the same brush. But I do feel it. I don't really
It's
get.
hard to say that, but I agree.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's weird.
Even people in, you know, we've got friends that live in Dubai. I've got Arab friends and things like that who are a lot older than me. That again, they live in. My mate Sammy lives in Abu Dhabi. Like that culture, that way of life. Like they're always asking you what you're doing, with your life now, what you're up to, how's this going, what's happening. They're genuinely interested to then say, "Cool, look, love what you're doing, keep doing this, do this next, like you ever need help, you want," like they genuinely want to see you succeed, like from, I don't know if that's from a cultural standpoint or what, but they want to see the people that they love and they like around them. They genuinely want to see you succeed in life.
I see. It must be a culture mindset.
It's got to be a culture mindset. Because even people in Dubai, like our friends and that live in Dubai, and people that we've met in Dubai who are English boys, Declan and we've met Aaron and stuff like that.
Shout out Declan, I know you're watching, bro.
Yeah,
Big
shout
love.
out Dec, you've shown us a lot of love. Aaron, shown us a lot of love.
Yeah.
These boys that we've met on holiday are still pals with today. Like,
Oh, nice.
Sean, Rowe, English boys. Big shout out to them boys. Like
boys.
proper solid boys, man. We've met these people abroad. It's like you seem to take people out of England, out of that shitty, horrible culture from here, and they just show real love.
It's like a cloud over everyone.
It is, but I
Because
do
you know
believe.
what? It can't actually be the people, because as soon as they're in a happy, sunny place, they change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But I think hear me out. It is the kind of the people still, because these people are removing themselves from this environment actively to put themselves into a better environment. They're only in these countries for that reason.
True.
So maybe they've got a bit of get up and go, like I say all of us boys do, and that we went and moved to Dubai not because we wanted to do something else. We wanted to get out. We wanted to get out of this neggy environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So we moved to Dubai for a bit, and then we were surrounded with more people that did the exact same thing. So I think it's like
True.
I think it has down to maybe upbringing, drive, and culture. But I think majority of Britain is fucking very negative.
Do you know why I'm laughing? Because I'm just thinking, you always hear of English people like trying to live in Thailand, Bali, like Dubai. You never really hear people go, I need to live in England. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a valid
But even
point,
even the media, it's very negative. Man.
Everything you
like,
see on the media,
it's
isn't it?
just like,
Do you know what? Here's a funny, not funny story.
Is England cursed?
Fuck knows.
England. I mean, listen.
It's never coming home, is it?
I fucking love England.
I love England.
I honestly, genuinely, heart to heart, I fucking love this
Yes,
country.
I love living here.
I love living here.
In the summer though.
In the summer. No, I love English. I love the English culture. I love the
Yeah.
heritage. But it's just, I don't know what, it's the energy.
Neggy vibes.
Neggy
Proper
vibes, man.
Yeah,
All
proper
round.
neggy vibes.
Very
Yeah.
neggy vibes.
Especially London.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is, man. Like, it's fucking weird. I don't get it anywhere else.
Like, even when you go to, you've been to Bali, I know.
Yeah.
When you go to Thailand, Bali, I've done like a month there. It's just
Oh, nice.
The people, the encounters you
Relaxed.
have, like the
Everyone's
people that
good,
don't have
yeah.
nothing.
Good
like,
vibes.
Some of these people don't have anything, but they're just so fucking nice, mate. And it's just nice to be around that. Where I don't know, in London, it's like a rat race. I used to go into town all the time, and everyone's just down, miserable. I'm very observant, right? I always look around me. And I just used to think, bruv, everyone's just fucking miserable.
Bro, literally.
Everyone's just fuming.
They've got everything.
Yeah, man.
They've got phones, they've got televisions, they've got Xbox, they've got PlayStations, they've got clothes, they've got house. These people have got everything that you could possibly want to have a good life, and they still fucking find something to moan about.
That's what I'm saying.
One of the biggest capitals in the world.
Do you know what I mean?
Literally, but I do get it though. The weather, the tax, the government situations, like it's just.
No, he's right. I do get it.
Do you know what I mean?
But I don't think that's the reason why these people are pricks. I think they're just pricks because they're pricks.
Right, yeah.
I don't think they're going, oh, the weather's shit today, I'm going to be a prick. Do you know what I mean? I think these people are pricks. I think they are.
Fuck someone's day up.
You know, like you said about the media, when me and Mason went to Dubai during, I'm going to have to block that word out, during you know what, we saw nothing. It was like it never happened.
Yeah, literally.
How weird was that?
Really?
Yeah, the media.
Nothing on the news, nothing on the media about it, nothing.
They just
enforce the
Isn't
rules
that
and whatnot.
scary how you can literally be living in the same time, but the media that country projects is a completely different government system.
Yeah.
Whatever they want you to know is like a different story.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's called tell a vision for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good one.
headshot.
we should get a soundboard like
Perfect.
Charlie Sloth.
Yeah, doo-doo-doo-doo.
No, it's facts. It's facts.
Oh,
That's good. That's good.
That's good. Normally it's
I'm
him.
blowing my mind.
It's mad, bro. It's tell a fucking vision.
Yeah,
like,
tell a
it's
fucking vision. It
madness.
is.
But speaking of that, Faris, talk to us. Sorry, was you going to ask something then?
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, no, that's cool. Go on.
I was going to say, Faris, so leading on from that question earlier, right, and what we spoke about then,
Mm-hmm.
what good people have you had around you that have like properly helped you along your journey, and like what did they do? Like what positive impact, and how did they make that positive impact on you?
If I'm honest, the most positive people who have made a positive impact in my life aren't the producers, the production companies, the record labels, the influencers, the entrepreneurs. It's actually just the everyday normal people who I feel comfortable to pick up the phone and just say like, I'm not feeling great at the moment. Do you think I'm doing the right things? I'd appreciate some honest advice. And that could be someone that used to be my neighbor. That could be someone that I used to go to university with. And I know that they have my best intentions. So whatever they say is going to be good advice from the heart because they want me to do well.
There's no like prejudgment. There's nothing
Yeah.
there. It's
You,
just,
you
like,
value
just
their
on you.
opinion, innit?
Yeah, like if I ask advice to someone who's a bit too on the business side of things,
Yeah.
they're going to be very logical. If I ask someone that's a relative that loves me very much, like emotionally, it's going to be like they're going to be saying the advice might be too soft. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you can't ask your family certain things of advice, and sometimes you can't ask people you work with about certain things. You need to ask someone who gets what you're trying to do and understands that this advice is going to help you get there.
Talking of relatives, I wanted to ask this before as well. Obviously, was your mum Pakistani and your dad's Indian, right?
That's it.
Sleeping with the enemy, like we said. But
Yeah.
How they feel about your lifestyle? Because I know within certain cultures, it's not necessarily frowned upon, but going out, like doing this, doing that, they expect you to be either a doctor or a lawyer or have a certain 9-to-5 type of job because that's kind of what they deemed a success. But obviously now that they've seen where you started and where you are, how would you say like your parents are when it comes to what you do?
Bro, I've had a real full circle moment with the whole family thing when it comes to my decisions. I was the first person in my family to want to go to university. I was the first person in my family to want to be self-employed, first person to want to study media, work in entertainment. So it's like they think I just purposely went against every hurdle possible to piss them off. Yeah. And literally, my parents divorced since young. So obviously,
really?
yeah.
Same.
So the Muslim Sikh thing didn't last.
I didn't, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
And obviously, my mum's side were more open-minded than my dad. I don't speak to my dad anymore.
Oh, really?
And I think a big part of that is because of my decisions. And he tried to understand it. He comes from such a traditional, old school Indian culture where it's like work, job, money,
Yeah.
mortgage, car, wife.
Right,
They don't know how to break that habit.
No.
Nah.
And I think because he was quite successful being a businessman and making money, and he's into his cars, he's got lots of old school cars. And he's just like, why doesn't Faris like cars? Why doesn't he want to get a mortgage? Why doesn't he want to settle down? He's chasing his tail. And I just had to, I couldn't deal with it anymore. This was years ago. I haven't spoken to him in years. Like,
Really?
yeah, it's sad.
It's a shame, man.
It's sad, but you stuck to your guns and you
Yeah,
did what
man.
you want to
Yeah.
do.
And I had to do that. And the nice moment I get from that is sometimes my cousins from my dad's side of the family who I still talk to, who are around my age, I'll run into them now or we'll meet up and grab some food. And they're like, hey, your dad knows what you do, you know? And I'm like, does he actually? And they're like, yeah, like we were at his house for Christmas or we see him at a birthday or a wedding. and we'll be like, he'll see something you've done on our phone, and we'll be like, look what he's doing, and he'll be like, is he getting paid to do that now? And he'll be like, yeah, and he's like, fair play to him, but he's too stubborn to admit that he
That's
knows
culture though, isn't it?
he should have been there when I needed
Do you know,
him.
man? I hope one day either you or him reach out, and it will happen one day. That will happen one day.
Because it's that whole thing about leave it too late and then you get regret.
Life's
right?
too short, man. Life's too short. I know it's thingy like one thing you can take away. Life's fucking short, mate.
It is.
Like your parents are your parents, no matter what they
bro.
do. So sometimes I know he might be the stubborn one.
Yeah.
Sometimes just reach out a little olive branch, man, because you never know he might come off the back of that.
No, that's it. I always, sometimes even my mum's side of the family who hate him are now even saying that. They're like, look, share some of your projects. You might even be interested to do business with him. And there's something in me that just feels like it's too easy now. It's too easy now to just reconnect.
Yeah.
I needed you then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel you.
But listen, sometimes when it comes to parents, right, you don't like. You've come from a different era to what they have.
Yeah.
So the way he grew up and what he had, he might not be able to understand and show you what you want him to show you. So you've maybe got to teach him that. Yeah, like they've come from a completely different generation to what we have now, right? So
That's so true.
parents just don't necessarily get what we're up to and what we're doing, and that's cool. Like, I take my hat off to you for sticking to your guns and doing your thing, man. That's credit. But sometimes it's actually now an educational part from us on your
teach
parents.
Bro, that's
It's a very
mate.
good
I
point.
gotta give you a random.
Mason,
applause for
fair
that one,
fucking
bro.
play,
That's,
bro. That's the most smartest shit you've ever
That's
said.
such an open-minded thing to
Yeah,
say.
mad, yeah. It's blown my mind.
That's like because you took it beyond self-employed, beyond being Asian. That like they all don't know what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
No, my parents ain't got a clue what a podcast is.
Get them on it.
Imagine fucking hell, man. That'd be funny as
My
fuck.
dad's been asked how's it going. He's like, what have you been doing? I'm like, I don't know, bro. We're just like interviewing people, isn't it? Yeah, do you know what? Like, everything
Sometimes,
you're saying just can relate to it so much,
yeah.
mate. Because I've had like bickers with my dad growing up, so everything you're saying is just hit home. Because again, he's from a complete different era. Sometimes I get mad, but I'm like, he didn't see it from his mum and dad.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to. The way he shows love is by to sit there and teach me how to make money, how to do this and do that.
that's it.
But it's not sit there and have like an emotional conversation.
Yeah,
and
that's
say
it.
you're
That's it.
doing well done, like a tap on the back or a hug or a kiss, basically. So I know his intentions. I know why he's there, but there's a
Culture
lot,
clash.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot
Massive.
that we could teach them as well. So
Of course, man.
Genuinely, what you just said, I feel like people watching could take a lot away because I don't think people talk about it enough that the kids might have to actually teach the new way of loving and understanding to the parents. It's always that way, isn't it? Like the parents
100%.
teach them, but no one ever thinks actually who is the future, who's the young ones, who's the ones that are actually adapting, evolving to the new ways of living life and making money.
Yeah.
And maybe they need to reteach the old ways to the parents.
That's it, man. Don't get frustrated with your parents. Don't get like, you might think, oh, what the fuck? They don't get me. They don't understand me.
Yeah.
You're probably right. They probably don't understand
probably
you.
don't.
They probably don't get you. So do you know what? Sit down and just have a conversation and say, look, just listen to me for a minute and I'll talk to you and explain to you what's going on. Don't get mad about it because, again, they just don't get it, man. So sometimes that little olive branch, it can go a hell of a long way, man.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that obviously you could say it's a negative thing that happened in your life, but do you reckon that negative thing kind of influenced you to be like, right, fuck it, I'm gonna make it now?
Oh,
Like,
mate.
did that give you motivation? Like maybe if that wasn't a thing, you might not have been as motivated. Like, did that kind of in the back of your mind be like, right, I'm gonna prove him wrong, I'm gonna do it?
Massively.
Yeah.
Like I would say that negative energy fuels me more than positive energies. We were talking about that earlier, weren't we? It's that knowing that even if he's not in my life, even if he doesn't hear what I'm doing, even if he's not watching my moves, he was in the back of my mind and I just had it in the front of my brain.
Yeah.
You think I'm chasing my tail.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think I'm chasing my tail. And then literally get jobs, then I start getting paid. And I start traveling around the world. And then I literally start getting recognized. I'm like, am I actually chasing my tail?
Yeah, watch
Like,
it,
but then it became too toxic. It became to the point where I wanted to say F you so much to my dad that I'd want to like force the message to him. And then I'm like, bro, don't forget you're trying to achieve your dreams and do what you're passionate about. You're not trying to prove your dad wrong. Do you know what I mean?
In a roundabout way, though, this is going to sound crazy, but like with things like this, and with if the youngsters and that are watching this, always stick to your guns and stick to your lane. If you want to go and do something, and that's your hunt, like you said, you don't see yourself doing anything else.
No.
Go and pursue that thing, no matter what your parents think. Right?
1000%.
Like, but at the same time, you almost have your dad to thank.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, it almost like impacted you in a negative way, but it's
You don't realise that until you're older, though.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
sure
yeah.
now, right? You get it. You look back, you think, "Fuck me, I know my dad was hard on me, but
it's like propelled you to
Maybe
Yeah,
that
want to
could
do
be
this.
the way to reconnect, isn't it?
do you know what I mean?"
Fucking love that.
That'd be mad.
Love that. Boys, we're going to wrap it up there. We've been talking for about an hour 15, I'd say. So
I've got a last question.
yeah, go for it, man.
Can you get us guesses next year?
All of you, VIP. You're that.
Straight face.
Yeah, that was sick.
That's good.
You are all VIP, bro.
Love, man.
I'm just wondering, innit?
Not joking, by the way.
No, I'm not. Neither am I. We'll have a fat sesh with Wayne.
Session Wayne,
Yeah.
love that. All right, sweet. We'll get it
Uncle
booked in.
Wayne, we're en route, bro. We're en route.
Can I just add one more thing before we wrack up?
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
Plug any projects, anything you
Yeah,
want to do, plug it.
I literally, like, I've said everything I wanted to say, and I'm so glad you guys have made me feel natural to let it all out. And cheers for Merck for having me. The only point left I have in my head is I just wanted to say, if anyone out there is just doing something similar, pursuing something they're passionate about, is so super focused on a goal, even if it seems a bit deluded and there's no end goal or vision or plan, something so important I've realized is if you don't feel like you could tend to someone else's needs right now, it's okay to be selfish. Like, even if it's like living with someone, having a flatmate, even if it's someone you want to go into business with and you don't want them to be a business partner yet, or even if it's going in a relationship and you have to then adjust to their needs and, you know, settle to make them happy, cut it out, be single, be that lone wolf, live by yourself, work by yourself, be single, keep yourself as free as possible to keep going until you are where you want to be. And then those things will just come to you at the right time.
Definitely.
Amen
Love
to
that,
that,
man.
bro.
Love that,
That's a good
man.
note to end on.
Well, thank you very much for coming to the pod,
that was nice,
Faris.
bro.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Pleasure.
Love your story. Love the passion behind it as well. If you're new around here, guys, please drop us a like, drop us a comment. And I hope you like the pod. Please subscribe if you're new here. And yeah, we'll see you in the next. Cheers.
Peace.
Nice
Come
one.
on.